Do I stay or do I go? There's this networking event. Is it worth putting on my calendar? Is it worth me actually going to the event? Oh my gosh. How do I get the most out of a networking event? Hi, my name is Tiffanie Kellog, and that is the conversation that we want to explore in today's live as we talk all about how do we get the most out of a networking event. And in today's conversation, we want to take it from the perspective of we're going to an in-person networking event. We've already made the decision to go. So it's not, is it the right networking event or not? That's another video. It's we're going to this in-person networking event where we have the time to do the mix and mingle and have conversations with people. And in today's video, where we're focusing on how do we get the most from the networking event, the first conversation that we're going to cover is what's the purpose of networking? Like, why do we go? Because sometimes there's a little disconnect. The second thing that we're going to talk about is creating a goal so you can ensure you get the most of the networking event. And the third conversation is what do we say and how do we work the event in such a way that we get the most out of it? And as a bonus, because this is something that people are often curious about, how do I follow up after the networking event? What do I do? And I think that's going to be crucial in making the event successful for you. So if we look at what is the purpose of a networking event, I remember when I first started networking, I went out and I'm like, oh, my goal is I want to get 2 sales while I'm networking today. And I get 1, and then I'd be all dejected that I didn't get 2. And looking back, I'm probably lucky that I even got 1. Though here's the thing, I was going to a networking event excited to sell. And I think a lot of people have that mindset. Let me go to an event and sell, sell, sell. However, most people, I mean, think about it. Are you taking your checkbook or your credit cards with you to a networking event, excited to be there to buy stuff? Yeah, probably not. So we call that the networking disconnect. We want to have the opportunity to connect with people. And so to me, when I go to a networking event, my goal is to book a meeting from a meeting. That to me is the purpose. When people first meet you, they're very unlikely to give you money or give you referrals. We have to develop that relationship. We have to build that know, like, and trust. And so I like to use the networking event as the opportunity to build the meeting. I'm sorry, book the meeting to build the relationship from the meeting. So while I'm there at the networking event, if I meet the right person, and we'll talk more in the next point about who the right person is, I want to go ahead and pull out my calendar or pull out my phone and schedule that meeting right then and there for us to get together for 30 minutes or an hour. Let me learn more about you and vice versa. This could be over coffee, over lunch, over a brew, could be Zoom. It's just an opportunity for us to continue to build the relationship, because very rarely can we build a strong enough relationship only going to networking events. Now, if we look at our second point, how do we make sure it happens? So networking nugget number 3 out of the 4.5 networking mistakes is create a goal. So in this book, it talks about here are all the things that the experts tell you to do that maybe isn't the best idea to do. Like there's a better way to network. And we cover 19 networking nuggets, what to do before, during, and after a networking event. So networking nugget number 3 is create a goal. Now, it could be a goal around reconnecting with people, following up on referrals that you've given or receiving. But when it comes to new people, I typically break down who can be those people that I'm meeting at a networking event into 2 groups. Who are the prospects there that have the potential to want to buy from me? Because here's the thing, it's okay to meet and connect with those prospects at the networking event. I just think if you're trying to sell to them at the networking event, that can be a little bit. And actually, Jan, thanks so much, Jan, for the comment she shared. Important to remember that people want to buy, but no one wants to be sold to, especially when at a networking event. So yes, it gives people the opportunity to meet you, and then you set up the appointment where you can do the selling. The second type of people that you get to meet are your referral sources. And there are 8 different kinds of referral sources, though to me, the most powerful are going to be your contact sphere relationships. And these contact sphere relationships are non-competing industries with the exact same target market. So when I'm at a networking event, I often create a goal of how many prospects do I want to meet? How many referral sources do I want to meet? And I think they're referral sources because they're non-competing industries, same target market. So they can pass me my ideal client all day, every day. And to me, I'm more excited when I meet a great potential contact sphere relationship, even than the prospect. I often use the analogy, if you give a man a fish, he eats today, you teach a man to fish, he eats for life. Give me a referral or introduce me to a prospect. Let me meet a prospect at a networking event. I have business today. Find that right contact sphere relationship that will help create referrals for life. So I want to create a goal around how many of those people that I want to meet. Now, how do we determine if they are right for us? Simple. That takes us to our third conversation today of how to get the most out of the networking event. Utilizing your funneling conversation. Before we move to funneling conversations, though, let's see what's being said out there in the Facebook world. Shawn Yesner comes in and shares, figure out who I want to meet and try to turn into that one-to-one later. Yes, I think that one-to-one is muy importante, getting to know the people outside of the meeting. Mark shares with us, choose no more than 5 people to meet, collect business cards in the old days, and hopefully again now in the future, and look to set up a one-to-one with at least one of them. Matt Wilkerson shares, have 2 to 3 names of folks I want to shake hands with and ask others how I can help them. And I love that question when networking. How can I help you? Or perhaps, is there any, struggles or issues you're facing within your business so I can generate referrals for my referral sources? So that can be a powerful way to do this as well. Now it's time to utilize the funneling conversation. Finding out in 30 seconds or less, is this person a good prospect, a good contact sphere relationship, or neither? The very first thing that you're going to ask is, what do you do? And 99% of the time, people are going to respond with their profession. That puts them into a funnel to say, are you part of my contact sphere or not? So if you're thinking, okay, I hear that profession, is that a non-competing industry with the same target market? If the answer is yes, excellent. Simply say, that's wonderful. Maybe we can get together for a coffee, lunch, a brew, Zoom, and learn a little bit more about each other, because I feel I have referrals to pass to you. So would you be open for that meeting? And that almost always is a yes. If they give you a profession that's not part of your contact sphere, then it kicks it over to the other side of the funnel. And this can be hard sometimes. We have to be quiet and wait. And hopefully they'll then ask you in return, what do you do? Now, instead of responding with your profession, what you want to share is how you help your clients. So when I'm talking to people, I say, I help my clients make money, save time, and have fun. Again, we're going to have to wait and see if they respond. Hopefully, they're going to ask you, well, how do you do that? Then it gives you the opportunity to ask them a series of 2 to 4 yes/no questions. If you're asking the questions and you get a yes, 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 brilliant. Then you want to schedule the appointment. If at any point in time in asking the questions you get a no, kicks them out of the funnel, you're done with them for now. So let's look at a couple examples of these funneling conversations. So this is one I might use. So when somebody says, hey, Tiffanie, what do you do? I help people make money, save time, and have fun. Well, how do you do that? I'll ask, well, are you looking to grow your business? If and when they say yes, I follow up with, would referrals help you grow your business? If and when they say yes, I say, would you like to learn how to make, 10 to 50 grand more this year? And if they say yes, now, if they say no at any point in time, it stops the conversation. They're not a good fit for me. When they say yes, though, so what I do is I work with entrepreneurs just like you to help you double, triple, quadruple your referrals. Perhaps you'd like to come to my next upcoming free program. And I ask them for a business card or their information, and that's how I'm able to invite them to work with me. Now, another example is from the promotional products world. Are you hoping to grow your business through the expo or trade show that happens to be coming up? If they say yes, do you feel a strategy could help you better create those results? If they say yes, are you open to having a conversation to brainstorm a strategy to help you have that successful trade show? And then follow it up with, I work with companies just like yours, help them maximize their results. You kind of see how this is going. A couple of yes questions. Let's see how it flows. One last example. This is from a bankruptcy attorney. Does your cell phone ring consistently or at odd hours? If the answer is yes. Is it creditors calling? The answer is yes. Have you asked them to stop? And if the answer is yes, may I introduce you to an attorney to make the call stop? So it gives me the opportunity to begin to create that conversation on his behalf. To me, the funneling conversation makes networking so super easy. Once you get those questions, and we talk more about the funneling conversation in both the sentence Ignite Your Business as well as in the 4.5 networking mistakes, because I know it's kind of a big conversation just to give you a little overview, but I wanted to share with you, here's how to get the best results when networking. I recommend when in person and mixing and mingling, you use your funneling conversation. Now, as a bonus, how do you follow up? Because to me, if we're at a networking event and we don't follow up, we're missing a huge opportunity. So best way to follow up, 3 answers. And I do explore this in a much more in depth in another video on YouTube. So answer number 1 is with a handwritten note, because it's very powerful. The one-way communication. So you may still have to talk to them some other way. Answer number 2 is whichever you're actually going to do. So if it's going to be email or text, phone, whatever you'll actually do, if that's the only way you're going to do it that way. And then our third option is remember the platinum rule. So the platinum rule says treat other people the way that they want to be treated. So maybe one of the things that I ask them when networking is, hey, do you want me to call you, text you, or email you? Hopefully these tips will help you get more from your networking. Please leave in the comment below what results you have if you create your funneling conversation, when you do that, when you follow up, because we'd love to hear from you. Be sure to subscribe to the channel to be notified when we put out other videos. And I've got some links in the description below to some videos that I mentioned here today. I look forward to seeing you again soon. Because you like what you saw in this video, be sure to subscribe to the channel to get constant updates, as well as like and comment below. We'd love to hear what you have to say and look forward to seeing you soon.